On April 24, 2022, 10-year-old Lily Peters vanished in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, after visiting her aunt's house. A frantic search ensued, but tragically, Lily's body was discovered the next day. She had been brutally killed. As police investigated, they uncovered disturbing details about what happened to Lily, eventually arresting her own 14-year-old cousin for the murder. What would be the reason that led to the eventual killing of this little girl? Keep watching to find out, and before we head on to the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Lily's story. Lily Peters was born on November 4, 2012, to Jennifer Irely and Alexander Peters. Described as lively and talented, Lily loved activities like rollerblading and bike riding around her neighborhood. She lived just a quarter mile from her aunt's house and frequently visited to play with her cousin, 14-year-old Carson Petersberger. The two children were close in age and often spent time together. That Sunday afternoon, on April 24th, Lily headed to her aunt's house in the afternoon. She went rollerblading while Carson used his hoverboard. Later in the day, as Lily prepared to head home, Carson suggested taking a quick hike on a nearby trail. Lily agreed and left her bike at the end of the trail before they entered the woods together. Lily goes missing. When Lily didn't return home by her 9 p.m. curfew, her father Alexander grew worried. He went to the police station and filed a missing person report around 9 p.m. Police searched for Lily, but couldn't locate her. The next morning, a family member discovered Lily's body in a wooded area. Tragically, Lily was found unclothed from the waist down with visible injuries. An autopsy later determined she died from blunt force head trauma. A cousin's chilling confession. With Lily's cause of death confirmed as homicide, police focused their investigation on Carson Petersberger, the last person seen with Lily. Then on April 26th, Carson confessed to the police. He admitted that on the trail he had punched Lily in the stomach, knocked her down, hit her with a stick, and then strangled her to death with his bare hands. After ensuring she was dead, he proceeded to sexually assault her body. Then in a panic, Carson went home, cleaned up, and later returned to conceal Lily's body in leaves. Shocking charges announced. Police arrested 14-year-old Carson and held him in custody. While not releasing Carson's name initially, Chief Matthew Kelm announced the suspect was a relative familiar to Lily, but said he didn't believe there was an ongoing threat to the public. Further details emerged about the extent of Carson's charges: first-degree intentional homicide, first-degree sexual assault, and first-degree sexual assault of a child under age 13. Dark family history revealed. In another disturbing revelation, news broke that Carson's father, Adam Berger, had a history of child sexual abuse himself. In 2018, he was convicted and served time for possession of child pornography. This raised even more concern over Carson's mental state and upbringing. The complex legal battle ahead. While the evidence against Carson appeared damning, complex legal questions remained about how he would be tried. Carson was held on a $1 million bond with a January 2023 trial date set. But would he be tried as a juvenile or adult? That decision would greatly impact the potential sentence and outcome. Carson's defense team indicated they would push for juvenile court, where the focus is rehabilitation, not jail time. But the sheer violence of his alleged crimes mean Carson may still face life behind bars. Community reels from shocking tragedy. The horrific murder of Lily Peters has shaken her small community to its core. Friends, family members, teachers, and neighbors struggle to reconcile the lively, smiling child they knew with the chilling details of her violent end. "We are heartbroken by this tragic loss," said Lily's teacher, Amy Starzecki. Lily was a ray of sunshine, always laughing, always dancing, always lifting others up with her vibrant energy. The depth of grief over Lily's death speaks volumes about the impression she made in her short 10 years of life. While the community longs for justice, deeper questions emerge about how such violence could occur between two youths who were once as close as siblings. Remembering Lily. While legal proceedings continue, Lily has been memorialized by purple ribbons around her school and makeshift memorials where community members leave flowers and stuffed animals. Lily touched many lives in her far too short 10 years. Her tragic murder at the hands of her cousin has left Chippewa Falls with deep grief, but also with deep questions about how such violence could occur between two young relatives. Only time will tell the full truth of this devastating crime. Ongoing search for answers. Over 7 months later, Lily's death still feels raw and inexplicable to those mourning her loss. Carson Peters Berger remains in custody, awaiting a January trial that could see him sentenced as an adult. Protesters call for justice for Lily, while officials promise not to rest until the full story is brought to light. But for her grieving family, community, and schoolmates, closure remains elusive. Unanswered questions haunt community. What events and underlying issues could have triggered such a horrific act? Were there warning signs or a history of anger issues with Carson? Could anything have been done to intervene sooner and prevent this tragedy? As Lily's loved ones and authorities dig into the suspect's background, the lack of clear explanations only deepens the anguish. Parents hold their children tighter, while struggling to reconcile Lily and Carson's relationship with the chilling details that emerged. For many in the community, the most painful question remains: how could this smiling, carefree young girl have met such a violent, premature end at the hands of the very cousin with whom she once laughed and played without a care? The ripple effect of tragedy. The loss of someone so young and full of potential has had far-reaching impacts on Lily's family and community. Her parents face profound struggles over their daughter's traumatic end, while also mourning dreams unfulfilled. Classmates who adored the smiling, exuberant Lily must now mature rapidly in the shadow of chilling violence. Neighbors rethink once comfortingly familiar spaces, like the bike trails where Lily played. And difficult but vital conversations emerge on issues like youth mental health, aggression, and abuse. Community leaders emphasize the need for young people to speak up if they observe unusual behavior from friends. For healing to occur, silence cannot enable darkness to grow. While outrage and calls for accountability rightfully persist in Lily's case, there are no true winners. Only young lives derailed, and grieving loved ones left behind, struggling to understand. The psychological impacts of this murder on both families involved cannot be overstated. In particular, Lily's parents both speak of overwhelming, disabling grief that bleeds into every aspect of daily functioning. Her father, Alexander, still struggles to resume normal work and social activities without his daughter's vibrant spirit. Meanwhile, Carson Peters Berger's parents must grapple with their own child's capacity for such violent acts. Their family faces scrutiny given Adam Berger's prior offenses. As background details emerge, Huntress Insight will continue dissecting mental health elements and whether proper safeguards were implemented. At the community level, the economic impacts may also prove substantial, given negative publicity and emotional duress affecting productivity. Therapy costs weigh on families, while school attendance and performance metrics plummet in the wake of disturbed routines. The details of this case remain complex and emotionally charged. As Carson Peters Berger awaits trial, Chippewa Falls grieves the loss of someone so young and full of potential. This shocking murder has tested family bonds and challenged the community's sense of security. While no outcome can undo this tragedy, many hope the legal system will ultimately deliver justice for little Lily Peters. Going beyond that to address root causes, insights must emerge on how two once close cousins could come to such a brutal end. There may be no satisfactory answers to ease the lingering pain and loss. But in honoring Lily's memory, this grieving community must try to chart a path forward, one that reveals life's fragile value and dares the darkness to somehow give way to light. A light extinguished too soon. For the family and friends of lively 10-year-old Lily Peters, the pain of her loss after such a violently cruel death may never fully abate. Yet they recall her brightness, if only a brief flicker across their lives, and seek to sustain that creative, uplifting spirit in some way. Whether dedicating a park playground, sharing silly memories in her name, or simply releasing butterflies and balloons to the winds, each act keeps Lily's glow alive. Her shortened journey evokes life's ephemeral beauty, inspiring loved ones left behind to further cherish this world's precious young souls. The lights that allure us from the darkness, however transient they may be. If a young and vibrant girl like Lily could fall prey to such devastating human impulses, how profoundly must we examine our social conscience and moral safeguards regarding the welfare of children? Lily's fate presents the starkest possible reminder to confront hard truths, to shine a light on shadows where violence breeds. Only then might emerging insights prevent another precious girl's flame from being heartlessly extinguished by those she trusts, as the depths of this loss cut deeper than words. What do you think we do with criminal like Carson Peters? Write down your thoughts below, and be sure to like and subscribe for future contents like these.